often?
It's a shame, man. It's a shame. I don't know. I honestly can't actually tell you what the issue is, but
lawsuit against him, and we'll leave it in the hands of the lawyers.
And my lawyers are dealing with that. So haven't really even put any thought into it. Don't care. You know, I get sued all the time for stupid shit. I'm 5-0.
Anthony Joshua hitting Jake Paul with a $700 million lawsuit has sent the boxing world into chaos. This isn't a simple cancellation. It's a direct message that AJ will not tolerate disrespect or last-minute games. Jake's sudden withdrawal blindsided both fans and promoters, and now he's facing the financial consequences. This move isn't just about money. It's about pride, accountability, and a public reminder that Joshua is not someone you can walk away from without repercussions.
I have to do my job. It's the only thing that's in my mind right now, and there's no extra time in boxing. Yeah, so yes, I have to do my job, and that's what.
Anthony Joshua's decision to sue Jake Paul for $700 million shows just how serious the fallout has become. This isn't a minor dispute. It's a firm warning. Canceling a fight on this scale comes with real consequences, and AJ is making that crystal clear. Jake Paul thought he could avoid responsibility, but now
To pull out with all the money that's been spent and for squeaky bum time is not the way forward. And I think Jake Paul's game.
Eddie Hearn doesn't hesitate to call out Jake Paul for unprofessional behavior. Backing out after millions have already been invested is a sign of complete disrespect to everyone involved. Joshua's lawsuit isn't over the top, it's justified. Jake's pattern of antics has finally caught up to him.
Yeah. I can't predict the future. I don't know what will happen. I don't know, but for the near future, I don't see it happening.
Johnny Nelson hints that there's much more behind Jake Paul's exit than the public is being told. Paul may be trying to slip out of the spotlight, but Joshua isn't letting him. The lawsuit appears inevitable, and Nelson suggests that Paul's evasive behavior will be brought to light. Once everything comes out, Jake's reputation may take a deeper hit than expected.
I don't know. I haven't thought about that possibility. I mean, could you envision that someday? I don't know. I think.
Jake Paul tries to defend his decision, but instead ends up revealing how unprepared he truly is. His excuses make the lawsuit even more understandable. From every angle, it looks like he's avoiding a fight he knows he can't win. Joshua was ready to deliver a statement in the ring, and now
rumors are true. You know what I mean? If the rumors are true, because that's what I was told, and you know I heard they were just looking for a reason to part ways.
Charlemagne points out the chaos swirling behind Jake Paul's sudden withdrawal. If the rumors are true, Paul is running from accountability and searching for a way out. Joshua's legal retaliation makes perfect sense in this context. Paul's decision has consequences, and now the courts are prepared to...
Well, we knew half an hour ago. You probably noticed I've been on the phone running back and forth.
Johnny Nelson is right. This is more than a canceled fight. It's a scandal in motion. Investigators will dig into Jake Paul's motives and uncover the real reason he backed away. Fan, promoters, and officials are all watching closely. Joshua's lawsuit could set a precedent that prevents fighters from playing games with multi-million...
Unfortunately, there is going to be... There needs to be an inquiry straight after this, why, what. But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over the place anyway.
Tom Little doesn't pull punches when he criticizes Jake Paul. His view is shared by much of the public. Paul talks confidently online, but under true pressure, he folds. This isn't discussion of skill anymore. It's about character. With Joshua in the picture, Paul's excuses won't protect him in court or in the ring. Fans already see the cracks, and his credibility continues to crumble.
And he can't fight. I'm not saying he's rubbish. I'm not saying he's useless. But we will see how good he is. And if I'm right in what I'm saying, he'll quit.
Jake Paul's rambling response is nothing short of embarrassing. Instead of showing focus or professionalism, he looks overwhelmed and unprepared. Fans online are ruthless, tearing apart every vague explanation he offers. With millions on the line, Joshua's lawsuit feels unavoidable. Paul's behavior proves why AJ couldn't ignore the disrespect or the financial fallout.
Looking up at Daddy there and just seeing, you know, how big he is, and just my eyes were kind of going into his nipples and stuff, which I kind of liked. And then basically I was just like, whoa, he's big. And then, yeah, I can't believe how tall.
The danger here isn't for Joshua. It's for Jake Paul. Analysts and fans alike warn that Paul simply doesn't belong in the ring with a true heavyweight. His bravado is collapsing as experts cite his lack of skill, experience, and physical readiness. Even before the fight could happen, Paul's reputation is being dismantled publicly. He's becoming his own worst enemy.
Dangerous in the sense of for the health of Jake, would you say? Yeah.
Yeah, like this is a sport that we love, and I think we need to protect that. Mm-hmm. And you know, he's one of the most dangerous guys in the world to go step in a ring with. Like, you saw that with Ngannou, who was a seasoned, you know, one of the most durable men on the planet in one of the toughest sports in combat sport.
Lawrence Oakley points out the undeniable gap between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. Paul lacks the speed, power, and athleticism needed to compete at an elite heavyweight level. Fans online mock him endlessly for believing social media fame translates to boxing dominance. Public opinion is already against him, and Joshua's natural advantages make the mismatch impossible to ignore.
Bigger head guards, bigger gloves, so stuff like speed and like athleticism plays more of a factor because you're able.
David Hay delivers a harsh but accurate assessment. Comparing Jake Paul to Anthony Joshua borders on absurdity. AJ is a world-class heavyweight with years of high-level experience, while Paul is still learning the basics under the spotlight of fame. Standing next to Joshua, the difference in size, strength, and pedigree is impossible to miss. Fans across the world are calling out the mismatch and mocking Paul's attempt to claim legitimacy.
Jake Paul can come 15-20% in regards to Anthony Joshua. He's a completely different specimen. Look, you'll see what it looks like when they stand next.
Frank Warren's analogy hits perfectly. A Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua matchup isn't a fair fight. It's a disaster waiting to unfold. Online, fans are already roasting Paul with memes and predictions of a brutal ending. This isn't about entertainment. It's about a YouTube star stepping into a lane far beyond his capabilities. The car crash comparison is harsh, but most viewers agree.
Do it or not, this is a car crash, and people will watch it because that's what people do at car crashes. That's what it's.
Chael Sonnen, corrected from Jail Sonnen, exposes the uncomfortable truth. Jake Paul is not taken seriously by real boxing insiders. His popularity is built on stunts, not substance. The Feldman decision exposed his limitations, showing how fragile his credibility really is. Analysts and fans are united in their criticism. Paul is not ready for a heavyweight, and facing Joshua would be a catastrophic mistake.
Problem that Paul ran into is when Feldman turned in a ridiculous decision, which is where Paul should.
Jake Paul is universally viewed as massively outmatched against Joshua. Fans across social media are flooding timelines with predictions of a quick and brutal humiliation. Without knockout power, technical skill, or heavyweight experience, Paul brings nothing that can threaten AJ. Analysts agree this wouldn't be a contest, it would be a demolition, and the public is more than ready to witness it.
Whatever happens will be exciting.
Does he have the power to knock out Joshua?
No, he hasn't got the power to knock out Joshua.
How does that fight end?
Jake Paul going to an ambulance, bro.
The Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua saga has now evolved from hype into a legal war. Fans are dragging Paul across every platform, calling him delusional for thinking he could stand beside a true heavyweight champion. Joshua's $700 million lawsuit isn't just financial punishment. It's a message. You cannot walk away from a global event without consequences. Analysts, fighters, and fans all echo the same sentiment. Paul isn't ready, isn't proven, and isn't close to Joshua's level. The fallout is just beginning, and this story will dominate headlines for months.